Hello everyone. Today we're talking about the numbers and colors in Chinese culture. Just as in every culture there are lucky numbers and unlucky numbers, most of the time in the West culture, and the unlucky number associated with the religion. While in China, if a number is a lucky number or unlucky number depends on the pronunciation. If the pronunciation sounds like something lucky, and then it's a lucky number. Otherwise, it's an unlucky number. And here we see on the left side, it's a hotel, lift. So here you see there is one number is missing, 4. And here you see another photo. This is in an office building. This office building is for both Western companies and also for Chinese companies. Here you see there are 2 floors are missing, 13 and 14. Why is that? Because you probably know in this international office building, and 13 is avoided because it's an unlucky number in Western culture. Well, why 4 and 14 are also missed? Because in Chinese, the number 4 is 4. Well, 4 stands for die or death. So 4, this number sounds like something unlucky, death. So therefore, 4 is an unlucky number. Well, there are also lucky numbers, of course. For example, 6. 6 means everything goes smooth, everything goes well. And another very typical number is 8. The pronunciation for 8 is 8, and it sounds like fa. Fa means you have a lot of fortune and you will have a lot of money, and it's also a very, very lucky number. For example, during the Olympic Games, and all the time is having an 8, so it's like 2008 in August 8th and 8 o'clock, etc., etc. So 8 is a very lucky number in Chinese culture. And then another number is 9. 9 is 9. It's the same pronunciation as 9, which also means everything lasts for a long time. So therefore, 9 is very often used for like love or marriage, and so things which you hope that they will last long. So here we see a number plate. They have a lot of 8, and it's most of the time is for the businessmen. And they want, of course, have a lot of fortune and for their business, and they will buy this number plate. If you see a number plate with a lot of 8 in China, this number plate is definitely not free, and sometimes it costs a bunch of money to buy this number plate. So, and also very often that you will see that in the telephone number for some Chinese companies, they have a lot of 8. So that's the same idea. They want good fortune for their business, and they hope a lot of luck for their business. That's 8. And also for the 9, we see a lot of situations like when you go to a wedding, and you will say they have certain numbers for the car, for example, to pick up the bride. They probably have 9, or here we see the flowers. If you ask marriage for a Chinese girl, and they will have, for example, 9 roses, or sometimes they have 9,999 to hope that this love will last very long. So that's how the number works in China. And also, you might think you might think, yes, some people, they already lived in the West for a very long time, and maybe this is not very important for them. And I will share a personal experience for how I bought my car about these numbers. Because I had a lot of cooperation with Western people, and I thought I'm not so like superstitious about those numbers. It's just a pronunciation. I think it's okay. So I have telephone number which has 24. I don't think that's a big problem. But when I need to buy a second-hand car, so I go through all of the list and find out this car. It's reasonable price, and they also have air condition. It's just everything is very perfect. At the last moment, I saw the number plate. I have decided not to buy this car because there stand 547, and 5 is 我 in Chinese, and that sounds a bit like 我, which means I. And 4, you already know that it sounds like die. So it basically means that you have a car, and you in the morning you go to your car and you say the number plate, I die. Yes, after so many lessons, I go drive, and every moment I need to remind myself, I die. So I feel very uncomfortable, and I have decided to start another process to looking for another car. So I would like to suggest you, if you have clients, or if you have friends, Chinese friends, if you can avoid this number 4, and you probably try to avoid that, because it seems maybe they didn't show that they really care about that, but I feel like deep down we still feel not very comfortable with this number. So if you have a hotel room and you can choose number 8 and number 4, you probably want to give her the number 8. So that's what might happen in the real life. And not only about the numbers in cars and other things, like in the daily life, Chinese people also use the number and according to the sound. Like for example, during the Valentine's Day, the number 520 in Chinese, that's 520, and it sounds a bit like 我爱你. That's I love you. So this number you see very often during the Valentine's Day. For example, you will have in the restaurant, you will have a 520 kwai RMB set menu, or you have the gift package that's 520. So they use this number also to deliver a message that I love you. And other times, for example, if Chinese people send you a text message, they will probably say 88. That even sounds like English bye-bye, because 88 in Chinese is 八八. It sounds like bye-bye. So it means just, bye-bye, see you next time. So instead of they switch their type mode to English, or they will type another Chinese character, they will just say 88, so it's very convenient. Well, pay attention that 520, that means I love you, while 250, that means you are an idiot. So sometimes when people, they want to say something, some people maybe it's a bit stupid, instead of they say that he is or she is an idiot, they will say 他是250, 250. So 250 is not good. Also, in Chinese culture, not only the numbers are associated with pronunciation to say whether it's a lucky number or an unlucky number. It's also the same idea for example, a gift. And if you want to give gifts for your Chinese friends or customers, you would also probably want to pay attention to the pronunciation. For example, the fish or letters are very good meanings, because fish means extra. Fish is 鱼, which also the same pronunciation as a character 鱼 for extra. So if you have fish, and you will always have enough for everything, you will even have extra. So when you have dinner together, you might want to order a fish dish. And also lettuce is also very good pronunciation. It's 菜, which has the same pronunciation for 财, and which means fortune or money. So you might go to a Chinese company, you say very often that they have, or a restaurant, they have like a sort of statue. It's a jade lettuce. You will say, oh, what that is? Because that's associated with the pronunciation 财, so it's good for their business. While there are also very unlucky gifts. For example, clock. The pronunciation is 钟. If you give somebody a 钟, it's the same pronunciation is that you, for somebody, like you wish somebody would die. So that's not a good gift, clock. Well, watch is okay, but because watch, the pronunciation is 表, so that's very different. So it's always associated with the pronunciation. And also when you if you have a Chinese partner and you don't want to share a pair with him or her, because share pair is 分离. It's also the same pronunciation. It means you will go separate. So you don't want to separate and ending up losing your partner. And also the same idea is for umbrella. Umbrella is 伞. It's the same pronunciation as 伞, which is also means leave each other and separate. So umbrella is also not a good gift for people with Chinese background. Okay, so in general, not everybody is like 100% believe all of those things, but it's better to avoid that, isn't it? And now let's talk about the colors and which colors have special meanings in Chinese culture. And first color we would like to talk about is red. Red is definitely the most luckiest color in Chinese culture. So it's when you attend a wedding, you will always say the color red. And when you want to give a 红包, and it's always red. Red is always represent for happiness and lucky and fortune. All the good things is red. So if you go to a very happy ceremony and with your Chinese customers and you don't know which color to wear, always have red. That's always good. And the second color we would like to talk about is white. So originally, the white is associated with death. So for the funeral, for like a very sad situation funeral, and in the traditional funeral, and all the families need to wear the white dresses and also to wear the white hat, etc. So white is originally for funeral. But nowadays, with all the Western influence and the new couple, when they get married, they would also have the white dress. So it's a bit of the Western influence. Yeah, both sides, traditional Chinese and the Western influence. And next color we would talk about is yellow. Yellow is originally only a color for the emperor, and the normal people cannot wear yellow. So it stands for superpower and authority and all the like great power for the emperor. And latest, for the modern China, yellow is also associated with pornography. So if a film is a pornography film, that's a yellow film. 黄 is yellow, 黄电影. Or if they have activity to get rid of the pornography, prostitutes, they would call it 扫黄 in China, sweep the yellow. Yeah, one thing is that we Chinese people, our skin is a bit yellow, and then you might want to express that once, but you cannot say that you looks a bit yellow, because if you say that, it means like not that your skin looks a bit yellowish, but it means that you're a bit pervert. You are a pervert. So be careful when you use the color yellow. Okay, the last color we would like to talk about is green. Green, of course, in the modern society is always associated with like health. When you go to a hospital, there's always a green passage for the people who needs to be treated immediately. Green passage also it stands for like environmental friendly. For example, in Chinese we also have the green power, green energy, and this sort of things is also associated with green. Well, green hat in Chinese culture means something very special, especially for the men. No Chinese man will wear a green hat, because a green hat means your wife has an affair. You have cheated wives or cheated girlfriend. So no green hat for your Chinese friends or Chinese customers. And also, we can totally imagine the Chinese people when they are traveling in Europe and they see during St. Patrick's Day, and every man wear a green hat. They will think, what happened to those men? Okay, I hope you understand the colors and numbers in Chinese culture. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.